Hey everybody. Are we live? Yes, we are. You see, and then I put this so far because I want you guys to see more of me, but that's okay. I have my little handy dandy remote thing. And my sister's here, but she's not gonna, she's gonna say hi.
Hi.
Okay. So she's gonna be here with me while I carry on with my craziness and my fuckery. Welcome, greetings everyone. I'm gonna put this a little bit closer so I can see you guys, cause you know how I stay blind already. Is that good? What? Come on, highlight. So my sister's a makeup artist, so I was doing my face, and she's like telling me, you know, that's good. Blending it a little bit more, stipple that shit. Estop Marie, what's going on? Dora Coleman, greetings ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy to see you. Tot Nathan, am I saying that right? Tot Nathan, Toto Nathan. Oh, I'm so apologetic. A lot of his mercy. Life with Keely. Keys, what's going on? That boy good. Okay, wait, have a whole heap of people to wave to. Okay. And of course, I'm supposed to pin my information, right? And you guys know that I never do this, so I'm about to do it. At the Pum Chronicles. I'm so sorry that my face is zoomed in. But okay, and then I pin it. Perfect. I hope everyone is doing good. Hope that y'all are staying wonderful and safe. Sorry, I'm bouncing around. So welcome to Wet Wednesdays by the Pum Pum Chronicles. I'm your host, AJ Badass Jones. You know, we do this every week, adult discussions. Tonight we are talking about, is there a difference between fucking and making love? For that discussion, I'm going to be joined by Fame. She's the host of Edibles Podcast and the owner of Les Cronim. And then the second discussion of the night is going to be, is it harder for men to recover when their woman cheats? And for that discussion, Urban Boho, what's going on? Greetings, greetings, greetings. So for the second part of the discussion, I'm going to be joined by BJ, Dergo BJ. He is the host of Change the Subject podcast. So we're in for an interesting discussion. My sister and I were talking, so I know for everybody that's signing in right now, my sister's here with me, but she's hiding because she's, you know, she just vibes in. Say hi.
Hi.
So y'all don't feel like I'm crazy and I'm here by myself. You see my lips didn't move. There's no ventriloquism happening. I'll get her to stick her hand out and wave after so you guys can see that she's here. But even she and I were having a discussion about if there is a difference between fucking and making love. So we can go ahead and get that started. Amin GTD, what's going on? Okay, so the person who is trying to request a chat with me, yeah, today's not the day. I don't feel like seeing random penis. I don't feel like having a conversation with people who stay in the dark. We're not doing any of that today. Mo, what's going on? M3K Photography. Greetings, greetings, welcome. So I'm not taking any chat requests tonight because I do have 2 scheduled guests, and as I've told you guys, sometimes I'll entertain having people come on, and you guys like to uphold fuckery. Not really doing it tonight. Today wouldn't be the day. So, making love is just more intimate, Dora Coleman. Okay, so what if it's somebody that you're really feeling, somebody that you really have a vibe with, and that person is just like your friend with benefits? That person is just like your fuck friend. Does the level of intimacy matter? Does the designation of the partner matter? What are the mitigating factors where it creates a difference between making love and fucking? Is it just the level of intimacy? And with the level of intimacy, what are the different levels thereof? Somebody just said, hey, cuckoo. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's like a term of endearment, but yeah. Thanks, I think. Man. So my sister's never sat in on one of these sessions, so she's here laughing at you guys, so that makes me happy. Edible by Cronim. Okay, so Fame, can you request to come into the chat, because I never know how to send a request. I really suck when it comes to this part. Oh, wait, I figured it out. Okay. Mac Earl, son of, cuckoo means coochie? What the hell? He's like, is cuckoo Spanish or something?
Spanish? I think it means coochie. That's my guess.
So then I have to scroll back up. What did he say? He said, "Hey, coochie." He's calling me coochie. I would feel disrespected, but you know, I don't know. I feel like there's a compliment in there somewhere. I'm just trying to like rationalize it. I don't know.
Complimentish.
Kind of, sort of, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my special guest, Fame. Fame is the host of Edible Podcast. She is also the owner of Les Cronims, and she does a whole set of really dope podcasts, music segments, interviews, reviews, advocacy. Like, she does it. And she's also one of my favorite people. So we've chopped it up a couple of times. So Fame is here to talk with me about, and especially because you have a different perspective, because your perspective is from the lesbian community. So, is there a difference between fucking and making love?
So, I don't want to like differentiate between like whether we're talking about the lesbian community or the straight community.
No, people across the board, just people.
So my advice isn't coming from the lesbian community. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, I respect it. I apologize. My apologies. I respect it.
No, you good, boo. The main thing for me, I've also dated men, and I have an ability with men sexually or emotionally, or whatever the case may be. However, that's not who I primarily connect with. So yes, I primarily deal with. But I think that there are ways that we are able to disassociate ourselves, if you will. And when you're able to do that during sex, I think that you're able to tap into those things. Like, for example, some people think that if you get too intimate with certain people or on a certain intimacy level with certain people, that means you have to divulge and just give up all of your emotional being to that person. That doesn't necessarily have to be it. If you are able to train yourself to not go there in thought, I think you can make love to people who you don't want to be with. I think you can fuck people who you want to make love to. I think it can go any way.
So so I'm going to divulge a really weird thing about myself. I don't use the term making love. Or if I do, I'm very conscious of saying it. So it's twofold for me, because the word love in and of itself, I've trained myself not to use that word trivially. I've trained myself not to use that word attached to inanimate objects. So you'll never hear me say, "Oh my God, I love that dress, I love that phone, I love that car." My love is reserved for things that breathe.
Okay.
Like human beings, my cat, other people's animals, the plants, the trees, the birds. You know what I mean? Like that, like things that breathe and things for me that are alive. So that's one part of it. But I feel like for me personally, I feel like you said, I feel like I'm turning over part of my soul if I say that I'm making love with a person. And that shit freaks me the fuck out. It really and truly, no, it super scares me. So if I'm in a relationship, you most likely will never hear me say, "Babe, I want us to make love tonight," or "Babe, I want to make love to you," or "Baby, make love to me." Bitch, what? No! I will say, come fuck me in the most romantic way humanly possible, but let me say make love, I'm probably gonna pack my bag and move out of the house the next day, I promise you.
That's important too, like the language that we use. So I feel like we can still use fuck language, we can still use vulgar language, and it still be lovemaking when in the moment. Like, you don't have to necessarily terminology. And like you said, like, you would never use that term. I would never use that term. I can't even imagine that coming out of my mouth. Like, baby.
It's like vagina. Remember the conversation we had about vagina? Yeah. That's what it feels like. It's, yeah.
It's, I'm assuming there's love between us when this is happening. Some form of love. It's,
Right.
Doesn't need to be stated.
Yeah. So someone said that the word love has lost its intimacy because people use the word love so freely about everything.
Are actually falling in love too freely. That maybe, they could be using it too freely, but maybe they actually are falling too freely. Like, maybe that's happening more so often. We're open more than we should be. And I feel like that's something that, can be a bad thing. you know, and that's
Do you think that, sorry,
relationship being
your volume's cutting out.
Okay, hold on one second.
Oh, there, you're good. No, you're good. Right there's good.
I want to help with the situation out a bit.
Well, yes, because you have to get set up for yours as well.
This is the setup, baby.
Hey, sorry. Listen to me. I'm sitting on the edge of my bed right now.
Yeah.
I don't knock the hustle. Don't knock the hustle. Okay, so I have a question. Do you think that there are things that should be more so reserved for making love versus fucking? So
yeah,
like kissing, for example.
Not necessarily. So I feel like kissing, I understand, and I'm one of those people who I really don't want to kiss too much if I'm not on a certain level with you. Now, that doesn't mean that I will never kiss someone who I'm not on that level with. You know, there are those occasions, but yes, in my mind, I would prefer to do that with someone who I was more so deeply connected with. And I have shied away from kissing people. You know, you give them the cheek.
Lay it right here. Don't get it on me. Right.
Yeah, so kissing, but you know, that's a personal preference. But one thing I will definitely say that should be reserved for like people who you're making love with versus, you know, whatever. Well, I don't even want to say that necessarily, because sometimes people who you're making love with might not be the safest person to make love with. I just want to say that. But safety is what I was getting at. You know, I feel like, you know, you can open yourself up more and be more trusting with your body to people who you are making love with. Hopefully, you know, that's the intent for me. Versus people who you're not deeply connected with and you don't make love with, who, you know, you might be more careful with. If that makes any sense. You know, those people who you are definitely 100,000% of the time wrapping it up with. You know, that's the difference for me. As far as intimacy.
Like, I'm trying to think, there's a friend of mine who, prior to getting into like a serious relationship, everybody that she was intimate with, she always used the term making love. And I remember having this debate with her. So like, you know, she's like, well, I don't fuck. You do. You may not call it that.
Right.
But you do. But then I said to her, okay, so like right. And I think in some way she was trying to be like sophisticated and saying that, oh, well, she doesn't fuck, she makes love, or she's trying to make it seem like she's, I don't know, like she's not out here having her best whole life when she was. But you know what I mean? Like, that's neither here or there. Like, whatever you're doing with your body, provided that you're being safe and whatever, you know, it's whatever. Like, you don't have to try to class or determine it as something differently to try to impress anybody. Right, my only thing is, like, for me, like, I have clear distinctions and clear designations about making love with, I don't like to say, versus fucking. Because there are people, like, if I'm coming to your house at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm not coming to make love to you. I'm coming to fuck and get my 5, 20, 15 nuts and then leave and go home to my bed.
But
and then there are other people.
Make love, right? You just don't like
Say again?
term. I said sometimes it might turn into making love, though, right? But you don't like using that term. So what is synonymous with making love for you in your vocabulary?
For me, for what I deem it to be, if that's what I really felt, I would actually say that term.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's why I'm so aware of not saying it, because I know that that's not my intention. That's not what I mean. And for me, like, I've got, okay, so making love is like the pinnacle. Like, we have this analogy about it's the castle. The castle up on top that looks over the kingdom, that's making love. It's got the highest fucking gate on the planet. Nobody gets through that gate. And you might get to the gate to knock on the gate and talk to somebody at the gate, but getting through the gate to get to the castle of making love, it's very few and far between that it ever happens. But below that, I have 2 levels, fucking and having sex. To me, having sex is closer to making love than fucking. If I'm fucking you, I don't really care how your day was. I don't really want to talk about a whole lot. You don't even have to bring me a warm towel. I will use the sheet and wipe off and put my shit on and go home. As long as I've come, that's all I'm concerned about. But then if it's somebody that I'm having sex with, I will stay and hang out. I will get you a warm towel. You know what I mean? Like,
when I say we're fucking, we're fucking. Like, that's what's happening. Like, period. No, it's true. When I'm using that language, that's exactly what I want to do. That's the entire intent. And you know what I think what I'm getting from what you're saying is like you just don't make love to many people. You know what I mean? Like that's a reserved thing. It's not some temporary feeling that you have with someone in the moment
Right.
while you're having sex.
Because I feel like if I give you the passcode to get through the gate and we're making love, you do some bullshit to me and I'm cutting you. And you know, anybody who knows me really well, you know, like I posted some today that says like I'm nice, but I'm not the person that you want to test. Because not only will I tell you to go suck your mom in the most decent, disrespectful way possible, some physical shit might happen to you, like straight up. I'm just saying.
You're like you don't want me to make love to you, bruh.
No. But then, okay, so that's the other thing, right? I feel like when people are making love, okay, so if one person's fucking and the other person in their mind, they're making love, that person who in their mind is making love forms this weird attachment to the person who's just fucking them.
Right.
And then they turn, Fame, tell me you've never given nobody no psycho pum pum. Tell me, Fame.
Yes, I've given
Fame.
psycho pum pum. Absolutely. And that's why.
And in your mind, you're like, we were just fucking. I don't know what all this extra emotional shit is.
Right, exactly. That's when you have to like look back at them after it's all over and be like, you know, we just fucking right. That you gotta do the look back. You know, we just fucking right.
And sometimes in that moment, they're like, they just say whatever. They just want more of the goodness. They'll just tell you whatever shit. But then when you're about to leave, they're like, so what, you're not going to stay and cuddle with me? Or like, cuddle
That's
with
their
her.
fault.
I got somewhere to go.
Right. But like you said, the levels of intimacy, like you don't stay and cuddle with everybody. You can't do that. If I cuddle with you, that's a whole thing. Like I might even stay the night, but I'm gonna be sleeping like on this side of the bed, like
Yeah, like about to fall off the edge of the bed, far, like right at the edge.
Nah.
See, and for me, like when I'm thinking about like what you're saying, especially that part, and I know you have to go soon, but again, like with the different levels, even like the emotional investment, you know, I used to say to like my girlfriends and stuff like that, like if you want to fuck and enjoy yourself, just fucking enjoy it. Stop carrying your feelings in your pum pum. Stop carrying your feelings in your vagina.
That's
right?
Advice.
Stop carrying your feelings in your vagina. You can separate sexual pleasure and sexual enjoyment from loving somebody and investing emotionally deep. You don't have to have sex and pleasurable enjoyment and be that deeply emotionally invested in a person. You could really like this person and think they're a great person. You guys have great conversation. You may not hang out every day. You may not talk every day, but you can enjoy sexual pleasure with that person without, you're not going to hell. You know, the devil's not coming for you. Like none of that shit's gonna happen. There are no demons that are entering your body. Like none of that shit is gonna happen. Hey Nick, like it's just bizarre to me. It's, you know what I mean? Like I feel like so many more of us would have so much more pleasure and probably less stress if we, and not even just for women, because there are dudes that carry their feelings in their dick as well. Like
I gave you my seed.
Yeah, right? You're like, what do you mean? I just came for you. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean you're not my girlfriend? What do you mean we're not together? I got places to go, and that's like my house. Well, you can just stay here and shower. No, I have a shower at my house. My shower works different. I'm good. Oh my gosh. Are there any words of wisdom that you want to impart on the people? I don't know if you have to go. Like, I'm trying not to push you out, but
it's 8:49. Like, I don't have to go till like 9.
Oh shit, we got lots of time to talk. All right. So I'm gonna ask, because you know, like we share personal shit. What's one of your craziest stories where you fucked and the person just like lost their mind for you?
Okay. Whew. I'm so happy that like I have a story like right now to tell you, because I've never.
You're happy that you have a psycho story?
I have.
My sister's laughing at you. My sister's in here laughing. She's like, what do you mean she's happy that she has a crazy story? Who's happy about people stalking you? Things like me.
I'm on the live like,
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so it was this shorty. This was like 5-6 years ago or whatever. And she liked me. She was coming, you know, trying to get at me for a while or whatever. And then one drunk night, like, we slept together. And I blacked the fuck out. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'll claim shorty. I don't ever not claim a body. Like, you know, if I did that, I did it. You know?
Babe. Babe. Yo, you're dangerous, eh? Damn.
So, no disrespect, you know, but it just wasn't something like I know that I would have done like sober. You know, we all have those moments. So it was a one night stand situation, and it was somebody that I was cool with and had been like chilling hard with or whatever. So we all decided to go out one night, and like since that night happened, nothing occurred. Like, you know, I wasn't kicking into shorty in her inbox or nothing like that. Like, it happened. I got up. I left. I went home. Went on about my life. This is like a week later, and we all go out again, and we're all in the car, and then just out of nowhere, just out of fucking nowhere, and I'm driving. I did some fucked up shit. Like, we being fully transparent. Like, but all right, we'll get to that. So
I love you for it. I do. I love you for it.
I'm driving. We driving to this bar, you know, over another town or whatever. And out of nowhere, she goes, "Yeah, me and Fame fucked last weekend." Like, out of nowhere. And I was like, "Does this bitch have Tourette's?" Like, cause that went past me. That flew past me. Like, cause that's some Tourette's ass shit to say out loud in the middle of the goddamn car. Right?
Randomly.
I was like, "What did you do, Fame?"
But that makes it even worse because she's probably expecting you to say something and you didn't say nothing because you didn't remember nothing. So she's carrying feelings for that. She's carrying feelings for it.
People about us fucking. Like, that's our business. You know what I mean? Like, that's one thing about me.
Yeah.
I don't do that childish shit. There's no need for us to let everybody know we fucking. If they insinuate or they, you know, they think, they draw their own conclusions, it is what it is. But that's just weird to me. So Shorty did that dumb shit. And I had to turn around and like school her real quick. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I had to. That was about my privacy too. Like, you don't be telling people where my pussy been. Like, that's none of their damn business until I tell them.
So so amidst everything that happened, did you ever have a conversation with her where she told you what actually happened?
Told me what happened. I mean, I know what happened. Like, as far as why she did that shit?
No. Remember you said you blacked out.
Oh, I was, at the end of all of the sex, like, and throughout.
Yeah.
Like, one of those things where I have, like, scenes. And, like, we ended up, I know we fucked in her kitchen, like.
But you didn't, like, propose to her? You didn't say, like, you're my girl.
Listen.
I want to be with you. You're the only one. You're my main.
When I'm drunk. But I ain't on no bullshit proposing to people. Proposing to women.
Listen to me. People go get tattoos together. They get, you know what I mean? They get married. You know, shit happens.
I didn't feel this way about her, so that wouldn't even be a thing. Like, I would do that with somebody I felt that way about. Like, if I went and got drunk, like, with the person, the person that I'm talking to right now, like, we might be on that bullshit in Vegas. Like, but I'm not that way with everybody. Like, I wasn't feeling her like that in any shape or form.
Yeah, she was hugging hard feelings about that then.
Yeah, so needless to say, she kept up with it. Like, the fucked up part, like, I ended up kicking her out the car. Like, that's the only time, like, in my life.
Nick said Fame ain't proposing to nobody. Fame is a free bird. That's all right.
Nick, I see Nick today, so this is what. Can I do this real quick? I'm sorry.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
she showed the gift. She put up the gift bag, but she didn't show what you got.
Yes.
Come show us. Hello, we like to see the goodies. Ooh,
what I got.
Oh, that's pretty.
For my own personal pride.
Yeah.
Nick was so helpful. She, like, I hit her up. I was like, this is what I need help. So she started sending through the text, like, different things. I was like, yes, that one. It's cute. It's got some.
So, you know what? I'm gonna have to talk to you about that when we come off the air because I want to know some things. Fame. That's nice,
right?
You have. Well, we'll talk when we come off. That's nice. That's real nice.
I'm looking forward to it both ways.
Hey, talk up the. So you're gonna have everybody going crazy now. If you guys are looking for great sex toys and apparatus and advice, Nick from Erotic Boudoir, Nick and AJ from Erotic Boudoir, check out www.touchingbodymindandsoul.com. They will take care of you and sort you out proper.
Yes,
trust me on.
I love
on that.
They good people.
They definitely are.
Oh, hey, Nick. Nick saw me.
Yeah, she's there.
No, my sister. She does makeup tonight. She does makeup. So like, I need to do your makeup. Color me bad. So that's her thing. I'll let y'all check out the details.
I like it. Very nice.
It's not my thing. I don't really wear a lot of makeup, so this is a lot for me. But you know, she do her thing.
See, I like that about you. Your adventures. You're just like a free, like Nick said, you're a free spirit. Because you had I know we're totally digressing, we're off topic, but you have a picture where I think it's your niece, where your niece is doing your makeup. It's on your page.
Oh yes, my niece is doing my makeup. Yeah.
See, that was cute. Because remember she said something about she wanted to do a rainbow, and you let her. You're like, girl, come on, do your magic. Paint your face.
I did her for her. I don't know what she did on me, but that's what they like to do when we get together. I don't know why. I'm like, why? Because I hate getting my makeup done. This is.
Yeah. You're like, this is it. This is it.
Yeah.
This is good.
Lipstick and like that's it. Call it a day.
It's okay. There were several comments. So anybody who posted a comment or offered words of wisdom, I appreciate it. I don't know how far up I can scroll to get people's comments, so I do apologize. I apologize and I don't apologize because it's difficult to read all the comments when you're having a dialogue with someone. So
yes.
You guys know I generally respond to you, no disrespect or whatever, but Fame and I were chopping it up and it's kind of hard to like, you know, cut and breeze and read comments while all of that is going on.
Yes, absolutely. I was looking through them.
So
Dora.
Oh yeah, Dora Coleman?
Yeah, says
are you scrolling back? Yes. Dora Coleman usually has some really good input.
Yeah.
Not usually. He always has really good input.
Right. To fuck is pure, unadulterated sex. Making love is slow and wanting to enjoy the moment of passion. See, I disagree with that.
I don't agree.
You can enjoy the moment and have passion when you're fucking as well, whether you're fucking or making love, in my opinion. You know?
That part I agree with. I feel like when it's with somebody that you love, you can do like all of those things. Like you fuck, you make love, like you want to fling me up against the fridge, you know, rip off my panty, take it kind of thing. And then other times I want you to lay, I don't know why you're laughing. Other times I want you to lay down. Faye's like, yeah, bitch. And other times I want you to lay me down and like pull off my panty and not even take off the panty, pull the panty to one side and work around some things a little bit and then, you know, kind of make your way the rest of the way and do your thing. So yeah, I think that I think the biggest part of it is the emotional investment or how deeply the emotion is attached in terms of the interaction. Because like you said, you're not going to kiss everybody that you're intimate with. You know what I mean?
Right. Some
people you have a deeper emotional attachment to. And so kissing is reserved for that because it definitely is more connected and definitely is more intimate versus fucking where it's like, yeah, you can kiss me on the cheek. AJ, when you come back, all of us have to hang out. Come on, Nick, we already have that plan. What do you mean? We have to hang out several times. I told you this time when I come back to the States, I'm going to be gone. I already told my daughter I'm gone for probably about a month, maybe a little bit longer. I have a world tour to go on. I got some people to see. I got some homes to visit. And Nick knows I'm missing Philly badly. Like we were on a routine where every 3 weeks I was in Philly from like the end of the year until March. So
I can't believe
I'm trying to
now connecting.
Huh?
I said I can't believe we're just now connecting.
I know. What did this last person say? My wife and I call it sweet fucks when it's wild but intimate. Oh, I like that.
Sweet fucks.
Sweet fucks.
That's cute.
Okay. We gotta do an episode called Sweet Fucks. I gotta write that down somewhere. That's nice. Even my sister's like, yeah, I like that title. Say it again, Kes.
Tell her write it down.
Right. Come write it down, Kes. Message it to me or something because I'm gonna forget.
Sweet fucks. Yes.
Sweet fucks.
Yes.
We definitely fam. We gotta work out an episode for that. I think that's gonna be a nice conversation still. What are you sipping on?
You know my usual. I ain't trying to shout them out because they need to pay me for this shit. I've been drinking.
You need to contact them and say hello. Regularly, I'm giving your brand a shout out with no compensation. Hi, can we work out a deal?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm finna hit them up. Nah, but it's a wicked. Like I've been drinking light. It's a beer, but it gets you mad tipsy. Like I'm actually tipsy pretty early right now. So I'm gonna be tipsy as hell for my next show.
It's okay. They'll like you. You'll be lucid. They like it anyway, but you'll be lucid. They might get some additional information out of you that you might not otherwise say. That's how I feel when I smoke before I do one of these sessions, and then I feel like a little bit more relaxed about divulging certain things about myself, because, you know, you never know what other people are gonna, you know, take away from that information. Like, oh wow, she likes to fuck instead of make love. I'm gonna try to get to the castle.
Right.
No, don't do it.
I'm just a weirdo. I
The
like
castle's unavailable.
like I just
Yeah, the castle's under construction. It's unavailable. Is that AJ? AJ from Erotic Boudoir. What's going on, Mom? I'll call him. It's weird to call her AJ because I'm AJ, and so I call her Mama or Mom.
Right. I had to differentiate in my text messages, of course.
Yeah, but it's funny because sometimes when Nick is talking to me, or Nick is talking and she says AJ, I kind of look at her and then I realize she's not talking to me, she's talking to her mom, so I just kind of like
Hilarious.
sit quiet. Yeah. So anything that you want to tell the people before they go? I would love for some of you guys to leave from here and go over to Fame's podcast, her live this evening, please, to join her discussion, because she always has some really great topics and really great information for the community.
Thank you. I'll be trying. Send me any information that you have as well, y'all. Like, I share everything free of charge.
So tell people what your page is so they can come over to you. It's Edibles by Les Crenims.
Yeah, so my main Les Crenims Productions page is easier to get to because it's just shorter title. So if you just go to Les Crenims, LE, Z as in zipper, C as in cat, RONYMZ, which I've been, you know, it has been posting about, you know, this whole event, so you can just go to the story and click on it. I'm in there.
Yeah, take you there, and then from there you can navigate
about,
to
like, writing all that down. Like, it's so long and complicated. But Les Crenims Productions, and we curate LGBTQ events for women in the Philadelphia community. We're looking to expand to other cities as well. So yeah, we do events, and then in the future, we're actually currently building to become a LGBTQ media presence. So for queer women of color specifically.
Yes.
So definitely check us out. Go to the website. All sorts of information on there about our events and our activities. And the piece of advice I would give to you all is, and it's related to this: learn to compartmentalize. Learn to compartmentalize your feelings, your emotions. I can't dive too deep into it right now because I have to go over, but go look that up. Compartmentalize your feelings and your emotions so that you can fuck people and you can be passionate with people in ways that you want to. Because sometimes I feel like when I'm not able to kiss people and things like that during sex, it kind of takes away from the moment from me, like as far as like me fully enjoying myself. I mean, it might be a head thing, you know, but I'm just saying, reflect. That's all I got.
Absolutely. And then once Fame signs off, we'll talk more about compartmentalization and, you know, the piece that we had discussed about, you know, stop carrying your feelings in your nether regions, because it's not it's not healthy.
Pay attention to that part.
Yes.
All right.
Fame, thank you so much. I appreciate you for joining us and coming out for the discussion, especially because I know that you have your live that you're going to run and do. So I appreciate you taking the time to come do this.
Of course.
And we have to do this again when we have more time. We just have to schedule it differently.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you.
And what is it?
Thank you for having
Sweet fuck? Fuck sweets. Yeah. Everybody listen out for it's going to come at some point.
Fuck sweets.
Is it sweet fuck or fuck sweets?
It's sweet fuck.
It's sweet fuck. You see, I'm asking my sister to remind me. She ain't helping me.
I'm out.
Have a great night, honey. Thank you.
You too. Have a good
night. All right,
night.
I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Okay, so everybody, that was Fame. Fame is the host of Edible Podcast. She's also the owner of Les Crenims. She does LGBTQ related communities, primarily for people of color, women of color, in the Philadelphia area. Her podcast page is LEZ like zipper, C like cat, RON like Nancy, YMZ again like zipper. If you click on the Wet Wednesday promo for tonight, her information is there. You can just click on it and it'll take you where you need to be. So one of the things that Fame had mentioned, Beast King OG, Cool J, what's going on? Welcome, gentlemen. One of the things that Fame had mentioned in terms of sex and intimacy is compartmentalization. So, you know, I think I probably said it to my sister. I don't know. talking about like not carrying your feelings in your vagina, meaning like your heart. Don't carry your heart in your vagina. You should have feelings in your vagina. If you don't have feelings in your vagina, something's wrong. We didn't mean it like that. But carrying your feelings in your pum pum, or carrying pum pum feelings, it means that you're basically dealing with your heart rather than dealing with your physical pleasure, or the inability to separate those two things, right? And now I know that, you know, we've also had this discussion where some of my followers, you know, some people are demisexual, which means they have to have an emotional connection first before they can actually fuck or have sex or be intimate with a person. And I understand that as well. I truly feel though, like people who focus on or cannot help but be demisexual always end up more emotionally hurt than someone who has learned to compartmentalize and enjoy pleasure for the sake of pleasure. To me, I kind of feel like, you know, and no digs or attack on anybody in case anybody's watching, and I know who this is directed at, and hopefully he knows as well. To me, it feels like when you cheat yourself from masturbating because you feel like it's wrong or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where, you know, you can have pleasurable intimacies with a person without all those, oh, you're opening up your soul to demons and every person that they've slept with, you've slept with as well. And I'm thinking, like, if you bathe, all that shit washed off of you. So if I suck your dick or kiss you or anything else attached to your body, unless your skin is not clean, I'm not ingesting nothing from nobody. Do I believe in soul transferences? Yes and no. Not in the way that people try to demonize intimacy, but I do believe that there are soul ties, and I do believe that there are soul transferences. Do I have soul ties with everybody that I've ever fucked? Absolutely not. I told you guys about the differences in my kingdom and what's like a kingdom fuck versus a kingdom sweet fuck. Sweet fuck or fuck sweet? Sweet fuck? Sweet fuck. Sweet fuck? Fuck sweet. 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 You see what happens when you're trying to rely on somebody who's not, they don't have all their wits going on right now? My sister's over here killing herself laughing. I wish I could turn the camera so you guys could see. She's laughing hard. I think it's called, anyways, the kingdom is where you make love. And for me, that's a complete, that's a complete separation, right? But, you know, I just feel like if I can have pleasurable intimacy with someone where I don't have to masturbate. Oh, wait, sweet fucks. Thank you. I wish I could pin it. Can you pin it to my screen? Nobody needs to see what I have written there. Somebody pin sweet fucks for me, please. Type it and pin it so that it shows up so I remember. Because I'm gonna be well vexed if I forget it. Zoel23. I don't know who you are, sir. Assuming you're a sir. So I'm not really taking a chat request right now. Verse, what time is it? 9:08. Kez, you see how I called myself first? 9:08. Okay. You know I'm a little bit high. Which not about none. Did anybody pin it? Did you pin sweet fuck? Somebody sweet fuck? Sweet fuck. Sam. Sorry. Samantha. Can you please write down sweet fuck and remind me about it? Because nobody's trying to pin it to my screen so I can see what it is. Anyways, sweet fuck is the making love with the fucking part roll in. Like, and I've always thought that way. Like, I've always felt like making love is reserved for people that I love. Making love is reserved for someone that I've made a really deeply emotional connection with, and more of an emotional investment and more of an emotional commitment versus, oh, thank you. You have to pin it though. You added it, but you have to pin it. Oh, only I can pin? Oh, jeez. Okay, wait, no. Estop Marie just sent it to me in my DM, so I got it. Thank you, guys. So to me, I have different levels. Like, just totally speaking personally, I do have different levels. There's my fuck level. There's my have sex level where I probably care about you a little bit more and will hang out with you, or I'm interested in how you're sort of doing day to day. Thank you, Estop Marie. And then there's making love. And like I said, I very rarely get to making love because to me, if I'm at the point of wanting to make love to you, it's because we haven't fucked and we haven't had sex, because I'm interested in you as a person. If you're, and so that's a really difficult place for me to get to. So I've got, my levels are basically between fucking and having sex. If you're somebody that I have sex with, I enjoy you. I enjoy conversation with you. I may check in every now and again to see how you're doing. I will take extra care and time when we're intimate. I will kiss you, you know, and things like that. But I'm not spending the night. I'm not doing things like taking a shower with you, you know, like all that extra to me, I feel like is relationship type stuff. Now, if we're just fucking, like, we'll chit chat from time to time. And mostly if I'm talking to you, it's when I'm calling for some things to go on, you know. Most likely I will come to you so that I can leave when we're done, because I'm not really trying to stay. I'll tell like a really bad savage kind of story. I remember there was this, this ting that I was dealing with when I needed some. And I remember I messaged him, it must have been like 2:00 in the morning. It was in summer, a couple of summers ago. And I messaged him at 2:00 in the morning. And I was like, what's up? What are you doing? And he's like, nothing, what's good? I'm like, I'm trying to come through. So he's like, all right, no problem. From I say that, what's happening, right? So I put on like a long t-shirt dress, no drawers, no brassiere, put on my slippers, got my keys and my wallet, and went and drove to his house. So, everything happened. We won a spliff, we talked a little bit, we drank a little bit, we fucked, it was great, and all this kind of stuff. And then when we were done, I got up to go and put on my dress. He's like, where are you going? I said, I'm going home. He's like, why are you leaving so soon? I'm like, no word of a lie. My response was, because I live somewhere, just like that. And he looked at me sideways. I'm like, oh, fine, I'll stay. I'll stay like for a little bit, right? I promise you, 15 minutes later, I was looking at my cell phone because I don't ever wear a watch. I picked up my cell phone. I'm like, yeah, I gotta go. He's like, yo, you're serious? I'm like, I didn't come to like stay. I didn't come to spend the night. I didn't come to cuddle with you. I didn't come to lay in the wet spot. And I can't even tell you if I've ever kissed this person. I don't think we've ever kissed. It just never happened, right? I just wasn't interested. Like I knew what I wanted from him. You put that celestial pom-pom in his life. Can you really stop acting crazy right now? Zoel, okay, so I'm gonna take a quick call because I got time. I would like to know what Zoel is so pressed to tell me. Anyhow, so like I said, I put my shirt on and he walked me to the door or whatever. And are you about to, you are showing your penis. Oh, wow, that's impressive. See, this is the bullshit that happened. So Mr. Zoel, and I'm going to tag you so that everybody knows who you are. Now people are going to see your penis and you've made a spectacle of yourself. Thanks for stopping by. You see what happens? I don't know what the excitement is. Is it my cleavage today? There, maybe it's the bouncing boobs every time I adjust myself on the bed. Sorry. Yeah, for anybody that just logged in to Dick, I'm so sorry. Like, this is the thing. I don't know, like in some ways I'm flattered that I sexually inspire you enough that you want to come on here and show, and he has the nerve to be fucking calling back. Are you guys, he's calling back. I can't. Yeah. I am legendary. I am fabulous. How are you? Okay, so I don't know. I feel on one hand kind of cool that I've inspired somebody to feel sexually free enough that they want to come on my live and show their penis to the world. And then on the other hand, fam, not cool. Like, I want someone to be brave enough one day to actually show their face first and then show their dick. If you show your face first, I will let you stay on my live. But are they ever gonna do that? No, they're not. They're not. It's some people who have the most amount of strength behind social media. They're not trying, like, Dora Coleman, I'm gonna screenshot it and tag him in it. Zoel, somebody. Estat Marisa, child, he probably don't even speak English. No, I know, he's in a country somewhere where they're at least 5 to 12 hours ahead of time. I'm so sorry for anyone on my feed who is traumatized. I am so sorry. Hello, Mr. Voice, you're not showing your dick or nothing on my live because I'm not accepting a chat from you if you call it. Absolutely not. Now that I know what your ulterior motive is, no, we're not accepting a chat request from you. So thanks though. Yeah. Oh, you guys are killing me. I'm fascinated by the number of people who want to call in. And keep in mind, this is not a conversation where it's just me and you, sir. This is me and you and whoever has logged in, logged out, logged back in again, and everything else. So everybody is seeing your penis and everybody is seeing your name. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. You see, people are saying they didn't tune in for that shit. Cut it out. Yeah, the live was really live. Hey, BJ, won't you play that song? Keep me dancing. Okay, so there go BJ, the host of Change the Subject, has logged on. And we are going to add BJ because BJ is my second guest. And BJ, I'm going to wait till BJ. I was going to say, I'm going to wait till BJ logs in. Hi, BJ.
What's going on? What's going on?
Oh my gosh, BJ, is that a smile? What the fuck? Wait. Is that another smile? Listen to me. Come, I need somebody to record the date. What's the date today? May 20? What's the date? Somebody tell me.
It's the 20th.
May 20. BJ, you smiling.
Because you smiling and you making jokes.
Yay. See? That's a good thing. Warms the heart. Anybody who knows BJ, y'all have seen the flyer. That flyer is BJ's whole happy face all the time.
All the time.
And I always press him and I always tease him like, BJ, are you happy? He's like, yeah, I'm excited. What do you mean?
Right, absolutely. All the time. All the time. Happy. So I just missed some fuck shit, huh?
Say again?
I said I just missed out on some fuck shit, huh?
Oh, you did. I was gonna say you just missed the antics. There was a man that was like, he just kept requesting, and I was like, okay, finally after the fourth time, let me see what is so urgent that he needs to talk to me about. And we turned the camera on, and there's a whole penis in the screen.
Oh.
And so I was like, wow, this is what we're doing tonight? Like, turn the camera around. Nope, there's a whole penis in the screen. So I logged him out, and then he called back again. I'm like, yeah, no, we did this dance already. We're good. You're going to have everybody in my life scared that this is the shit that's happening on a nightly basis. I feel flattered that someone's inspired enough to like, but I'm not the only one seeing it. Everybody's seeing your penis, sir.
Hey, I mean, people are not ashamed of their bodies. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know, maybe it was just a open display of, you know, I don't know what the word is. Because
you're talking reckless and crazy to me right now. So an open display of what?
Open display of self-acceptance. Is that what it is?
Is that what it's? Wow. Okay. That's reaching a little bit, but you know, all right. It's you. I accept it. I take it for what it is. So last week I did a poll on several polls on cheating. There were 8 questions in total to varying degrees about whether or not you've been cheated on before. If you cheated on a person, do you think men cheat more than women? Do you think women cheat for emotional reasons or sexual reasons? Do you think men cheat for sexual reasons versus emotional reasons? So the question that BJ and I got stuck at was, do you think couples counseling can help a couple recover from a cheating experience where there's been an infidelity in the relationship? And I believe that the larger percentage, I don't have the number anymore, it's about 160 people that did the poll. So the larger percentage believe that couples therapy could help, and then the lesser percentage believe that it didn't make sense. So BJ messaged me and said, that man, that's not the term that he used, but BJ will tell the story, but just kind of give you a preface. BJ said to me, there's no way he's ever going to look at her, knowing that she sucked another man's dick, and ever look at her the same way again. It's better that he just go find a new woman.
Right. The thought process behind it was, I mean, that comment was more so of a joke between you and I, but it is some theory behind it because I think women, and you know, all of these things are my personal opinions. This is nothing that I can, you know, count as a fact. I just, you know, use my experiences. Women cheat the way that they date. So a lot of times when you find a woman who cheats, it's thought out. There's some emotional character to the exchanges that she's having with the other man, and he's fulfilling in more than one area, not just the lack, but he can also account for the things that were already there as well. Like, women don't cheat down, they always go a step above. And I think that that's ultimately what men hurt the most from, is because 9 times out of 10 she cheated for somebody better than you, whereas for us, there's not a standard to us cheating. There's only one objective. It's just to get the nut. Yeah, it's not as thought out as it is for us. when it applies to a woman. So 9 times out of 10, she didn't meet a standard. She wasn't pretty. She probably wasn't even attractive to us most of those times. Like, it was just to get what we wanted out of it. And we tend to, most of the time, we tend to go for the low-hanging fruit because it's very low maintenance. So it's not like I don't have to post her on the gram. I don't have to, show her off in any of the public places because she already has low self-esteem. She doesn't want to be seen. So when we get to those moments of dealing with a woman cheating, it really doesn't have anything to do, well, it does, but not as much to do with the sex versus you leveling up another man above us, because ultimately that's what we hate more than knowing that you went and stepped out,
Yeah. So I spoke with a friend of mine who I did an episode with that's going to be coming out about like further discussing cheating and the dynamics and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And his opinion was that if you're at the point where you need couples therapy, that therapist can't help you because that therapist is basically reconstructing your life and telling you how you're supposed to live, as opposed to the two of you trying to work together to figure that out. And he said, like, it makes it challenging because, like, if the therapist isn't there to check in with you on a regular basis, like, let's say daily, like, did you guys do XYZ today? Which of the tasks that I outlined for you did you accomplish? It's like having somebody rewrite and restructure your relationship for you could be just as detrimental, because what happens when you stop going to therapy? So on one hand, I think the hopes is that it becomes a routine. And so it just becomes second nature versus needing that constant reassurance from an outside party who, doesn't have anything really invested other than getting paid to do their job.
Now, contrary to popular belief, I think that it's a lot easier if men would allow women to cheat when they want to cheat. That's just my idea. It's not a traditional.
First of all, you're about to get crucified. Want to take time, please?
It's not. It's not a traditional ideal. You know what I'm saying? But I think that, like, I think that a lot of instances where men have cheated and now are trying to recover a certain young lady, back into good graces and whatnot. Had you let her, I guess, explore the option of cheating too, she probably wouldn't be as mad. It's the idea of not giving her a chance to make a decision for herself ultimately that affects her just as much as the indiscretion. So, like, coming to the table and saying, look, there's some things that are not working. We've been together a long time. Do you think the possibility of seeing other people can refresh us to while we're important to each other? Like, it's not conventional, but it's honesty, and I just think that honesty is the best policy, especially if you're about to ruin your reputation with, fucking this little skeezer that doesn't even equal to the woman in your house. Like,
you said skeezer.
Yeah. I try to use all 90s baby lingo, so,
yes. Yes.
Hoochie, skeezer, yeah.
I can't deal with you. Do you guys, we say sketo. Sketo's our 90s word, our 90s dance hall word. Mm-hmm. So it's really interesting, like, your perspective and what you said, like, because if a woman, in order to keep her, you have to kind of let her roam free a little bit while keeping her and working on things. Swinging has been great for us, and a lot of friends ask us for advice, so I agree with him. Okay.
Yeah, like, it's just the idea of people trying to hold on to their morality in a sense, or their integrity.
So as a man who the woman has cheated on you,
mm-hmm.
Okay, like hypothetically, and you want to, like, you're hurt, you've done some shit, that this is, you deserve this because this is your karma, whatever, and you say to yourself, like, you don't want you and her to break up the relationship, you guys don't want to left, like, you want to stay there. Humble King, what's going on, honey? Welcome. How do you set, or do you set guidelines for the cheating? So when I say that, I mean, like, that you want to stay with her, you've expressed to her that you want to stay with her, this is the compromise that you're willing to make. I know that you need time. I don't want us to break up. You know, I would like for you to explore and see other people and, you know, kind of get your frustrations out that way since we're not at that point or whatever the case may be, right? But I want us to work on us at the same time. How do you set that boundary, or do you set a boundary for what she does or how many people she sees, or like, is that a collective conversation, or you have to let her decide?
No, like there's no way to set a boundary or a standard because her standard is her standard. You know, the thing is, if you're going to be a cheater, you need to have self-esteem. Like that's a concept that we don't often talk about in terms of the man cheating. You know, like we talk about like why men hurt so much when the woman goes out and does the same thing, because like I said in the, you know, opening parts of the conversation, it had nothing to do with standard. So to hold her to a standard is like kind of difficult to do, you know, because you know that there's no standards for a lot of the things that we do as men. Like that animal, that, you know, that predator inside of us, you know, sometimes just want to have somebody to hunch on. It really don't matter, you know, too much about, you know, her character or her quality. So a woman, like I said, she goes up, she doesn't go down. She's always going to see or potentially be involved with something just as good, if not better than you. So you just got to have the self-esteem and the confidence to accept whatever she comes back with. 9 times out of 10 is going to be better than you. So that's
you know, it wasn't until you had said that when we had the conversation, it wasn't until you said that, seductive thoughts, laughing at the word hunch. It wasn't until you said that it actually clicked in my head that, you know, he's right. And then I thought about like instances where I've been in a relationship, I found out that the person cheated on me, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And then I went out and, you know, and I look at it, and not like to be disrespectful to him, but it definitely was an upgrade. And then when I found out who the bitch, I shouldn't call her that, sorry, when I found out who the other person was that he cheated on me with, I was like, okay, good luck with that, you have fun.
Yeah, because if women really truly understood that, like, you know, that phase of catching your man cheating and he's apologizing and he's saying she didn't mean anything, you know, it was just whatever.
Sex, it didn't mean anything.
That is that is the most honest part of the whole problem. That's the most honest part of everything that you've experienced with this man being caught cheating. Because honestly, again, we didn't have a standard for who we picked to hunch on.
Right.
It wasn't no standard there. It was not meant to be caught. It was not meant to see the light of day. We don't care how many kids this woman got. We don't care if she lived in the basement of a trap house. We don't care. Whatever it was that made it easy for us to get to the main goal, which was the pistachio. That's all we wanted. That's it.
Come off my screen, please. Come off my screen. You just said the pistachio?
Yeah, you know, just try to make it easy for people to talk about sex, because it's still a taboo.
And you try to normalize it. You're like, yeah, you know, pistachio. Like,
yeah, you know,
BJ.
Yeah, the walnut. You know, that's it. But, you know, honestly, like, we really didn't have that much of a thought process to what we were trying to accomplish. We went after the goal and we did that. That's it. But, you know, a woman, when she presents to you who she's cheating with, it's like, damn, you really don't see me the way that I seen me in our relationship. You still took a certain level of opportunity to find the next best thing. Like, you didn't settle for, you know, this little flunky guy who, you know, is probably head over heels for you because he never was getting any pussy before you. Like, you didn't go get that guy. You went and got an executive when you know that I'm trying to be promoted to that. You went and got somebody that drives a Range Rover, which is a couple more $1,000s than my Lexus. Like, you went a step above.
Yeah, you upgraded. You definitely upgraded.
Yeah, so like you're not in the same like bracket that I'm in, to where now I have to humble myself because I'm actually humiliated that you caught me with SpongeBob or whatever it is that you was messing around with.
Okay, hold that thought. My sister's dying laughing. It's going to time us out. I'm going to log back in, and then we're going to relink, and we're going to continue this discussion.
All right. I'll be right back.